Hey everybody, it's Hylian Alchemist, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Red at long last. After about a week long, after having to deal with Hurricane Asswipe Irma, I'm finally back. Just, having spent a week without any cable whatsoever. It was driving me up the wall, to be honest, but I am back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm finally back to do more videos for you guys, for some more entertainment, more shenanigans to take care of, all that stuff. I'm very glad that my friends are safe out there while they're having to deal with that hurricane as well. Because as we all know, hurricanes suck. Major balls. That they do. But anyways, back to the recap here. In the last episode, we have finally defeated Giovanni and got our final badge, the Earth Badge. And as a result, Team Rocket is blasting off again. Yeah, I didn't even think about this kind of reference there for quite a while regarding Team Rocket, but at long last I finally did, so there you go. Alright, so, as you can see here, yes, just like I promised you guys in the last episode, we are in Seafoam Islands, which is located, well, as you saw, at the very east of Cinnabar Island. And the reason why we're doing so is because we are doing some legendary hunting. That's right, we're going to be hunting for legendary Pokemon. Starting with, would be a, what would be one of the three, a certain trio of legendaries that we're going to go after. I want to start with Seafoam Islands. Well, because, I just want to start with the one that comes first. Now, Seafoam Islands here, basically, yeah, fast current. Here's some kind of gimmick that you have to do in this dungeon. It's probably not as complicated as it seems. Well, as long as you know what to do here. We have to do, it does involve a lot of boulder pushing by having your Pokemon use Strength. So what you have to do is that there's a current right there in the water. Well, rather a fast current. Like, the Pokemon that we're going after is in that floor that I just left. That basement floor. The only problem is that we can't reach him because... Well, reach it, actually. Just, yeah, assuming it's gender, well... It doesn't really matter. Well, it's actually genderless. Well, okay, yeah, I know. Genders are not really implemented until Gen 2, but... Even then, Articuno and most other legendaries are considered genderless, and yeah, I'm spoiled what Pokemon we're going after. Sorry about that. Well, this game is 21 years old. Well, if you're... Well, actually, less than 20 years old if you're just talking about this game. Well, just Red and Blue. Well, I'm talking about Red and Green specifically. It is 20 years old, so... Well, 21 years old, actually, just after its anniversary. So I'm pretty sure you guys would already know about that by now. So I guess it doesn't really matter. But anyways, what you have to do here is that... in order to change the flow of water, like that sign just right there, just push the boulders down to those holes that you see there. Fall down the holes, and then they'll land onto the spot, well... They'll land onto the water, basically. And that'll actually just stop the flow of water, and that way you can actually progress through just by surfing on them. So I'm pretty sure that we just got all that done. And I'm slurring my words yet again. And you can actually see where the boulders have fallen to, like that. And let's surf all the way up there, and there we have it, folks. And yeah, you always do want to save your game before facing the Pokemon or the Legendary. That's what I always do. Alright, so, here we have Articuno. That's right, really, well, it looks a little bit realistic. Well, just like Pidgey's sprite in this game. It actually look more like a realistic bird. Better than what it usually looks like, well, in anime form. Anyway, so yeah, Articuno, and I'm actually going for that first because you can see Uno in its name. Which, Spanish for one. Because that legendary bird trio that we're going after, it does have, like, the Spanish numbers at the end of their names, so... Naturally, I have to go with Articuno first. And Articuno is a flying and ice Pokemon. Well, obviously it is a flying type, as you can see. But it's also a nice type. And what you want to do, well, of course, like always for all the other wild battles, just weaken it. What I always do is that as long as I have Pokemon that have a move like Thunder Wave, like any kind of move that would paralyze the opponent or the Pokemon I'm going to catch, that's what I will always do. And you also want to buy as many Pokeballs as possible. Well, actually, I'm not doing it now because I wanted to heal my Raichu first. Mostly, you want to be buying a lot of Ultra Balls. And yeah, you are gonna need a lot of them, basically. Well, Pokeballs and Great Balls might work as well. And if you think I'm wrong, watch Sugar Conroy. Watch how he caught Zapdos in a Pokeball after all of his Ultra Balls failed. But yeah, just make sure you buy a lot of Ultra Balls, because that's what I always do. And of course, you don't want to waste your Master Ball on the legendary birds as well. At least just wait until a certain Pokemon that you would face. But for the weaker legendaries, like Legendary Trio, well, as far as their levels go, just don't use your Master Ball on them. You're only a Master Ball here in this game. Just want to go for the Ultra Balls. And yeah, the reason why you buy a lot of them, well, here's the kind of catch with, well, just this game specifically, because later games actually change that. When you're facing legendaries, and you'll just keep trying to throw the Pokeballs at them. See, right now I actually caught them. I would already know, like, as soon as Articuno's in there, in that ball, that's when I know it would be caught. Let's read the dex entry first. A legendary bird Pokemon that is said to appear to doom people who are lost in icy mountains. So anyways, the kind of catch with catching legendaries in this game, specifically only in Gen 1, is that, each time you try to throw your Ultra Balls or whatever other Pokeball you're using, well, specifically Ultra Balls, they'll actually just keep missing, basically. They'll just keep saying that you missed a Pokemon over and over. Just don't panic about it. Don't get too angry about it. I mean, trust me, I used to when I was a kid because, you know, because I was like, what? That's not how it works. But that's how it is with Gen 1, like, you know, just keep on throwing Ultra Balls, just don't get angry about it, just keep trying, it'll keep on saying that you missed a Pokemon, but once a Pokemon actually goes inside the Pokeball, then that is a full-on 100% guarantee they actually caught it. It will not come out of the ball. So, like once it's in there, then you actually caught it. You just don't really have to anticipate that it's gonna get out of the ball just by the shakes of it. That is completely guaranteed that that is caught once it gets inside the ball. So that's basically how it is. So, like I said though, starting with Generation 2, that is completely changed, and you know, and onwards, because then the legendary battles, well, when you catch them, are treated just like other wild battles. Like you just keep throwing Ultra Balls, and you won't miss them at all whatsoever, but they'll get released a lot. They'll come out of the balls a lot, and you have to keep on trying until you actually caught them. Just, you know, you do have to anticipate on whether or not the you'll actually catch the legendary or not. So, another bit of early installment weirdness here in this game. But yeah, I gotta say though, like, catching legendaries is very much luck-based. Well, even with Ultra Balls. Even though they say that Ultra Balls are higher ratings than Great Balls, to me, that doesn't really mean a damn thing. It still is luck-based regardless. Yeah, especially with later games, though, like when you're trying to catch legendaries, it can take a long time. Especially with their, well, depending on their catch rates, actually. Because you'll just be trying to, like, throw Ultra Balls over and over. You know, you just, you know, hope to God that, or in the Pokemon World's case, hope to Arceus that the Pokemon would be caught. Because there wouldn't be any guarantees for whether it would be caught or not in later games, so... Anyways, we're going a little off topic here. So here we are at the Power Plant at long last. We've seen that before, only when we were trying to face that one trainer. But here's where we finally enter the Power Plant. Now, here's another kind of thing with, well, there is no puzzle involved, well, just a little maze. That's all there is to it with the Power Plant. It's merely just a maze that you have to get through until you reach the next legendary that we're about to go to. Here's the catch with this. There are a lot of item balls, but keep in mind, though, that some of the item balls, like we just encountered there, they may not be item balls at all, because that would just be, instead, either a Voltorb or Electrode. Like this one right here. Because, like, if you were to come across one of those item balls in this dungeon, but then you'll see the bzz thing, then that is actually a Voltorb or Electrode that you're encountering. So yeah, just be aware of that. Because it's one of those instances where, like, you know, you find item balls where you thought they were, and since Voltorb very creatively looks like a Pokeball, a very, very genius design that is. Kudos to Game Freak for that, I should say. But yeah, that's the one thing about Voltorbs and Electros. They would just pretend to be item balls or Pokeballs, but just by interacting with them, then they'll just show their true selves. This would be repeated again in other generations, like in Gen 3 with the new Mauville, that Voltorbs would pretend to be item balls. It's the same thing there as well. Gen 5 is actually played differently, considering its Pokedex. Well, only in in Black and White 1 though. Well, actually, it's the same with Black and White 2 as well. Just Gen 5 in general. Instead of Voltorbs, it's actually just Fungus or Amoonguss. Well, even then in Black and White 2, Voltorb or Electro isn't even in the Pokedex, but yeah, instead, you'll just be facing the Fungus line. Because there will be a Fungus Amoonguss. Very creative name there, Game Freak. Again. But anyways, yeah, not much to say about the power plant. This is actually the only other dungeon where you'll also find Pikachu, besides Viridian Forest. I didn't quite check on the encounter rates for that. I mean, all I know is that in Viridian Forest, Pikachus are very rare. Like the lowest kind of encounter rate. So I'm not really sure the kind of rate there is for this dungeon. But it's also where you'll find other electric Pokemon such as Magnemite or Electabuzz. And other stuff like that. And yeah, that TM25 there. Well, actually, I didn't mention other moves or talk about them from the other TMs that we picked up. Reflect, well, for a few turns, well, just about 5 turns, your Pokemon will have its physical defense raised. And Thunder, it is very powerful. Like, it would be the equivalent, well, the electric type equivalent to Fire Blast and Blizzard, where it's very powerful, but low accuracy. So yeah, just another little thing I want to add about Hurricane Dickhole Irma. I'm glad that my friends are safe though. That's one thing I'm very glad about. Which I would know on Facebook that they're marked safe, so I'm at least glad about that. But again, hurricanes suck. Anyways, so here we have Zapdos. And of course, like you already know, it is an electric and flying type. And yes, I can still use a paralyzing move on an electric type, like Zapdos. Of course, starting with Gen 6, I can't really do that anymore, so... But yeah, same thing with Articuno. Just keep throwing Ultra Balls until you would eventually catch it. And I guess that's pretty much, all there is to it. Yeah, another thing I gotta say, though, like, I know that you guys are probably, well, maybe not all of you, but maybe some of you might try to ask me to just, like, replace some of my Pokemon with those legendary birds. But I'm not gonna do that. I prefer just to use my, whole team right there. I mean, that would be just, you know, there's some arrogance on my part, though, later on, and, well, in a certain less way we'll be doing, you'll just find out how much of a hypocrite I would be, so... But that is for many more years to come. I have slurred my words too many times now. I don't know what it is. I'm constantly slurring my words here. But we do have about, like, one more minute left. But it's like, you know, I just can't speak today. It's like I'm drunk. Even though, well, you know, I don't have any beers with me or any other alcoholic drinks. So I'm completely and 100% sober, but it really does sound like I'm drunk for some reason. Oh yeah, oh, okay, there we go. Now we got Zapdos. Yeah, just do the exact same thing. Just keep throwing Ultra Balls until you would eventually catch it. Well, if you see Zapdos getting in the Ultra Ball, a legendary bird Pokemon that is said to appear from clouds while dropping enormous lightning bolts. Excuse me. All right, so Articuno and Zapdos have been caught. That actually leaves one more Pokemon of the bird trio. But we're not going to do that in this episode, because that Pokemon is actually located in another dungeon that we'll be getting into, and that actually does lead us to progress. So we'll just wait until another later episode that we'll be getting to. But yeah, it's actually just a dungeon where, like, you know, where it just leads to, like, you know, where we're actually going to be going next. As far as story progress goes, I better go and end this video off now. Jesus, I'm just blabbering like crazy. So anyway, next time on Let's Play Pokemon Red, we'll be heading over to we'll be making some progress actually, and we'll just head over to the western part of Radiant City, which we've actually been there before, but we couldn't go to. Well, we couldn't go on ahead because, well, you know, the guard wouldn't let us through, but since we have all 8 badges now, then we can gain access. So, we'll be doing that in the next episode. So, till next time, see you guys later.